Being a real estate agent in a normal environment can be very challenging, but it's 2022 and the market has thrown us many curveballs already. In this video, I'm going to go over 5 different challenges that you're going to face in 2022 as a brand new real estate agent. Welcome to the video. In this video, we're going to go over 5 major challenges that you're going to face as a brand new real estate agent. Well, here's the thing. I don't want this video to be super negative because there's still a lot of very positive things that are going on in the market. But I want to give you a realistic expectation as a brand new agent so that way you know what to expect and you can go in with your head up so you don't end up disappointed and end up failing out of the business. Because this year, it's going to be a little bit more challenging than it was a couple years back because the marketing conditions have changed and it's become a lot more competitive. So what I want to do is I want to lay out the landscape that you're going to see once you get into the field and actually start selling real estate and competing for business against other agents in your market. So let's dive right into it. The first thing I want to dive into is low inventory. So low inventory is a huge challenge because what that does is it creates an extreme seller's market. And the only one that really makes a lot of money in an extreme seller's market is listing agents. And competing with the top listing agents as a brand new agent can be quite the challenge. And if you don't really spend the time to learn how to become a top listing agent and really learn the skill fast, you could end up in a situation where you have a ton of buyers, you're running them around town, and you just don't make any money because you can't get a deal to go into contract. Basically what's happening is there's very few houses for sale, there's a ton of buyers in the market, and when a house comes in the market, it's like a feeding frenzy. Every single buyer goes after that house. Oftentimes there's multiple offers. Actually, on one house a couple weeks ago, we saw 49 offers. So basically 49 agents spent their weekend showing houses to these buyers. They submitted an offer. Most offers were actually really good. And a lot of them were over asking price by quite a bit. And only one of them got their offer accepted for the client and has the potential to get a payday. So this can be a huge challenge. So the very first thing is you need to learn how to become a listing agent and start getting listings in this low inventory environment. Number 2 I want to talk about here is commission compression. Now, this kind of goes hand in hand with the low inventory environment because there's such low inventory and because there's so many agents in the marketplace that just got licensed, the competition is fierce. And a lot of times your competitor will try to undercut you and offer the seller a lower commission rate because they want to get the listing. And we've actually had people call us saying, hey, we interviewed you, we love what you and your team do, but somebody offered us to sell our house at this rate. Can you match it or can you beat it? And that's a conversation you're going to have to know how to handle. And if you don't know how to handle that conversation, you're going to lose a lot of listings and it's going to make you very frustrated. So because so many people are licensed and because the competition is so fierce, a lot of commission compression is going on and you have to be able to know how to show your value as a new agent to be able to beat that competition and still make good commissions that pay you enough income to help you pay your bills and get your business off the ground. Next is one that is often overlooked, and that is high lead cost. So back when I got in the business, leads were expensive, but they weren't nearly as expensive as they are now. It's seen leads in some markets for hundreds of dollars per lead. That is crazy. I never thought I was gonna see that, and it's mind-blowing. Agents are spending hundreds of dollars to get a lead. And keep in mind, when I say lead, that's just a name, a phone number, and an email address, and somebody that's interested in possibly buying a house or selling a house. So this isn't even like a buyer that's gonna go buy with you or a guaranteed sale. This is just a phone number, an email address, and maybe some information about the type of house that they're looking for. A lot of times you call these leads and they're already working with an agent. They might not even want to buy or sell. They could say, hey, I don't know where you got this information, but I'm not interested. And you just spent $300. So imagine how fast that can add up. So as a brand new agent, this is a huge problem because it can get expensive really quick. And when I started, things weren't as expensive. You know, we were paying 20, 30, 40, even $50 a lead. But to pay hundreds of dollars per lead, unless you have a massive marketing budget, is just not realistic. And if you sign up for services like this, when you just start out and you don't have a lot of money saved, you're gonna end up in a really bad position really quickly. Now, there is a solution to that, right? What I would do is I would start out with some kind of dialing service that provides you for sale by owner, expired, for rent by owner leads. And this lead source is one of the best you can do because you can sign up for these services for a couple $100s a month, and you can just dial and dial and dial and do something called prospecting and talk to a lot of people that actually own real estate that kind of have their hand raised, especially if it's a old expired listing or a withdrawn listing or for rent by owner or for sale by owner. These are people that actually own real estate. And this is your prime target because keep in mind, we're in a low inventory environment. If you can build relationships and show those people why it might be a good idea to sell based on how much equity they have in their house, you can make a lot of money because even if you just list one house a month, think about the kind of commission you're going to make. So what I suggest is checking out companies like Vulcan 7. Vulcan 7 is a really good company. They offer a lot of good real estate data. That's who I currently use to do my dialing. So we do circle prospecting for rent by owner, for sale by owner, and old expired leads through Vulcan 7, and they have really good data. So if you want to check that out, there's an affiliate link in the description below, and that's one of the best ways to get started with prospecting and avoid dumping thousands of dollars per month into leads. So definitely check that out. If you don't have a ton of money to spend on leads and you do want to get started with prospecting and build your pipeline, that's one of the best ways and the most cost-effective ways to go that you're going to get the highest ROI. Another good thing is they do offer some basic trainings in there. So if you're new to prospecting, the system does come with those trainings, so definitely check that out. So high lead cost is another problem you're going to face. The next one is sellers on the fence. So you're gonna see this a lot. Based on the market we're in, you're gonna see a lot of people that are very attracted to the amount of equity that they have in their house, and they wanna cash out, and maybe they wanna buy something bigger, but they don't wanna go through all the trouble and hassle of going back out into the market, searching for homes, doing bidding wars, and all that kind of stuff. And they know that's going to come because they see it happening with their neighbors' houses, and they've heard from you already that if they put their house on the market, it's gonna sell super fast. So this is a huge problem. People are hesitant to move because they don't want to go through all the struggle and hassle of doing bidding wars and trying to find another property that they like, and they just avoid doing it, and they just end up staying put where they're currently at. Now, there is a lead source that I would double down on, and that is the absentee owner leads, the for rent by owner leads, and some of the for sale by owner leads, because sometimes they're moving out of state and they have to make a move. Those are people that are very motivated, and they're much more likely to make something happen with you and to actually put their house on the market. So it's important to follow up with these leads on a regular basis, and it's important to identify sellers that actually need to sell and have a high likeliness of selling, because again, we want to get your business off the ground as quick as possible, because if you're just starting out, you might not have a lot of money saved up and you need commissions coming in the door as quick as possible. Last but certainly not least, we have buyer burnout. Now, you might be asking, what is buyer burnout? Well, it's something very common in this market, and it's something you're probably going to see throughout 2022. And what that is real estate agents get licensed, they get all excited, they end up finding a couple buyers to work with, and then they take them out and see house after house after house after house, and they might even find houses that those buyers like. They get excited, they submit offers, they get their offer declined, then they go back to the drawing board, they show them another 5 or 10 houses over a course of a weekend, and then they submit a even higher offer. They might go $5, $10, $20,000 above asking price. Then they get their offer declined again because somebody comes in with better terms, somebody comes in with a better offer for the seller, and they're back to the drawing board. And they'll do this for 6 months to a year. And they're doing this with 5, 6, 7 buyers. And before you know it, they've spent so much time and so much energy, and they haven't got paid any money. This is what I like to call buyer burnout. In a balanced market where we have even buyers, even sellers, this can work out fine. You know, when I first started in real estate, the market wasn't like it is now. And I would, spend a weekend with buyers. We would look at 7 houses. They would put an offer in. We'd probably go back and forth a little bit with the seller, and they would go under contract. But now things are much different. The competition is so high, and offers are just getting rejected left and right. And that can lead to buyer burnout and a lot of frustration if you're a brand new real estate agent. So again, it's super important to focus on getting listing inventory if you're just starting out in this business. Focus your time at least 2 to 3 hours a day prospecting, building up a sales funnel like I've talked about in other videos. Go check those videos out. They go over how to build a sales funnel and how to actually set that up so you can start building a pipeline that gives out consistent commission income, so you can build a consistent business, because that's the most important thing as a new agent, is to start getting those consistent commissions. But the way you do that is you start with prospecting and you start building a listing inventory that will pay you commissions, because that's the hot ticket on this market right now, and you want to follow the money. And right now, the commission income that's being paid out to agents and the highest return on your investment is going to be prospecting for people that own houses that want to sell their house and want to take advantage of all the equity that they built. So be careful. Buyer burnout is a very real thing. And the best way to avoid that is simply to double down and focus on building your listing inventory. So I hope this video helped. I hope this gets you off the ground with your business, and I hope you have a really awesome 2022. So if you like these kind of videos, definitely subscribe, hit the like button, and we have more real estate content coming out for real estate entrepreneurs. Thanks so much for watching, and have an awesome night.